Assalamu alaikum. Hope so you guys are doing well. So today we are going to discuss about twin to twin transfusion syndrome. I have discussed this in detail in my previous video, but I am going to repeat this again. So, what is twin to twin transfusion syndrome? As you guys can see, I'm going to study this paragraph that twin to twin transfusion syndrome, also known as feto-fetal transfusion syndrome, and twin oligohydroamnios polyhydroamnios sequence is a complication of monochorionic diamniotic pregnancy in which the presence of oligohydroamnios in one sac and polyhydroamnios in another sac results from intervened vascular connections within the placenta. So now I am going to explain this. As you guys can see this diagram, that this one is the normal monochorionic twins. So they have two separate amniotic cavities filled with almost equal amniotic fluid, and they are sharing one placenta. So this means that these are monochorionic diamniotic twins. Now this in this diagram, now you guys can see that there is one placenta, but this cavity is having a lot of fluid as compared to this baby. This cavity has a very little fluid. So whenever one cavity has increased amount of fluid, this is known as polyhydroamnios. Okay, and whenever the fluid is in less quantity, it is known as oligohydroamnios. So you know what, for example, if this was not a monochorionic diamniotic, but if it was a monochorionic monoamniotic, so this oligohydroamnios polyhydroamnios sequence cannot occur. So just to memorize this, that it needs to be monochorionic diamniotic, so that the one can have a less fluid and the other can have more fluid in its cavity. Now how we will diagnose this twin to twin transfusion syndrome? So it actually is diagnosed on the basis of 4 criteria. I will discuss 4 criteria. Number 1 criteria is that presence of monochorionic diamniotic pregnancy. As I have said earlier, that it should be monochorionic diamniotic pregnancy. Then hydroamnios. Hydra means fluid and amnios means amniotic fluid, defined if the largest vertical pocket, it is also known as MCV, is greater than 8 cm in one twin, and oligohydroamnios defined if the largest vertical pocket is less than 2 cm in another twin. So now these pockets, for example, in this one was the diagram of twin to twin transfusion syndrome. So this is saying that, let me raise this first. Okay, so this is saying that this one is the largest pocket. So he is saying that this largest vertical pocket should be greater than 8 cm, and this twin, in this twin, the greatest vertical pocket should be less than 2 cm. So now let me, okay, so the third one is that they should have a discordant appearance bladder. Wait, okay. And number third one was discordant bladder appearance, and number fourth one is hemodynamic and cardiac compromise will be seen. So now how do we stage, for example, if we have diagnosed that there is some problem or there is twin to twin transfusion syndrome, so once identified, twin to twin transfusion syndrome is typically staged by a Quintero staging system. This system has 5 stages. stage 1 is discordant amniotic fluid volumes, but urine is still visible sonographically within the bladder of the donor twin. For example, one is donating its fluid, right? So the smaller one is actually donating the fluid. For example, I have made this placenta, and this is, for example, the baby with greater amount of fluid, and this is the baby with lesser amount of fluid, and this is baby with lesser amount of fluid. So in stage 1, so now we were discussing about the staging system. Stage 1, in this stage 1, there is discordant amniotic fluid volumes, but urine is, just remember this, but urine is still visible sonographically within the bladder of the donor twin. So this little one is donating the fluid, because this one has very small amount of fluid. So but this baby has urine in its bladder. Now stage 2 is that it fulfills the criteria of stage 1, but urine is not visible. Okay, so now here the urine is not visible in the donor's bladder. Now stage 3 is that it fulfills the criteria of stage 2 and abnormal Doppler studies of the umbilical artery, ductus venosus or umbilical vein. So this means that it is fulfilling the criteria of stage 2, but there is now abnormal Doppler studies. Stage 4, in stage 4 there are ascites or hydrops in either vein. In stage 5 there is death of the fetus. So now how to treat this? We have diagnosed, we have done the staging system. We are now staging, after diagnosis we are staging the this pregnancy. So now how the treatment actually works? Usually what we do is that we do laser ablation, or we can also drain the amniotic fluid, the one with a greater amount of fluid. Okay, so the major treatment is the laser ablation. So I'm going to read this. The procedure involves the use of a laser to burn the connections between the two babies connecting blood vessels in the placenta. This separates the circulations between the two babies. As you guys can see here, that this baby has here, these are the connections of this baby, and this baby has connections here. So what we are going to do is that we will burn the connections, so that the nutrition, the one which is donating the nutrition cannot now distribute the nutrition to the other one. Okay, so now how are we going to manage this? For example, now we have diagnosed this, now we have to manage this. So here this is written in a little bit detailed. So monochorionic diamniotic pregnancy with MVP less than 2 cm in one sac, as discussed earlier, and MVP greater than, this is greater than 8 cm. Let me correct this. 8, okay, this is greater than 8 centimeter. Okay, in other sac, diagnosis would be twin to twin transfusion syndrome. Now you are going to do staging, check the fetal bladder and Doppler. So stage 1, if stage 1, like for example you did the staging and it came that the baby is stage 1, now how to manage this one? Now you are going to do counseling. Consider expectant management with fetal bladder, ultrasound Doppler and hydrops, ultrasonographic checks at least once per week. You are going to you are going to keep a check on the mother. Stage 2, 3 and 4. If stage 2, 3 and 4, then obviously you are going to counsel. Then consider referral to the fetal center for laser treatment, because now the urine, as discussed earlier, that in the second, third and fourth stage, the bladder now will, of the one fetus, the donor fetus, will now will not have the urine. So now this means that this baby needs laser treatment, but at 16 to 25 weeks. In some books it is written that it is 16 to 26 weeks. So either are correct, 16 to 25 weeks or 16 to 26 weeks, if unable or outside eligibility criteria. Consider like for example, if laser treatment does not works, then you have to do the amnio reduction, as discussed earlier, that you will reduce the amniotic fluid. So you are going to do the amnio reduction. Now it's stage 5. Like for example, in stage 5 one of the fetus was dying or was dead. So now you are going to counsel regarding co-twin 10% risk of death and 10 to 30% risk of neurologic complications. Consider expectant management. So now we are going to discuss about the twin to twin transfusion syndrome as well as this TAPS. Okay, so let me just adjust this. Okay, so you guys can see this is the diagram of the twin to twin transfusion syndrome. This one is the donor and this one is the recipient. So here we have a lot of fluid, here we have very little amount of fluid. This is the donor one, but the red blood cells, the quantity is the same. But in TAPS, it is actually a rare complication of twin to twin transfusion syndrome. Now, TAPS stand for twin anemia polycythemia sequence. So, now you guys can see that this has the very little amount of blood, the RBCs, but this one has increased amount of RBCs. So donor one, which is giving the RBCs to the recipient, obviously this will be anemic and this baby will be polycythemic. So now how actually does this actually happens? Actually, twin anemia polycythemia sequence is a form of twin to twin transfusion syndrome that can complicate monochorionic twin pregnancies. In a monochorionic pregnancy, identical twins actually share one placenta and a network of blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients essential for development in the womb. Okay, so as you guys can see in this diagram here, that one is twin to twin transfusion syndrome and one is representing TAPS. Okay, so as you guys can see over here that there are large central artery to vein connections, AV connections. It is also known as AV connections. So they are like here, these are the connections, but in these ones there are tiny peripheral artery to vein connections. Okay, so actually these TAPS can occur randomly or after an incomplete laser surgery to treat twin to twin transfusion syndrome. So this TAPS is, as you guys can see, is caused by the joining of a few small caliber artery to vein vessel connections, which is AV anastomosis. Arteries are the blood vessels that actually carry oxygen rich blood from the heart to the rest of the body. Veins are the vessels through which blood returns to the heart. These AV anastomosis are typically near the edge of the placenta and are less than actually 1 millimeter in diameter. So the twin that loses the blood is called donor twin, this one, and while the one that receives the blood is called the recipient twin. So this baby is going to be anemic as it is donating its RBCs, and this baby is going to be polycythemic as this one is receiving the RBCs. So this was all about the twin to twin transfusion syndrome. So hope so you guys have understood the lecture. So if you guys have understood the lecture, so do subscribe, like and share. Jazakallah khair and Allah Hafiz.